Hello everyone, welcome back to UPSC PYQ Navigator, wherein we decode the UPSC mindset one question at a time. This is the part 3 of the 2023 Prelims Polity questions. The first question for today is this. You can pause and try to answer. Okay, with reference to the finance bill and money bill in the Indian Parliament, consider the following statements. 1. When the Lok Sabha transmits the finance bill to the Rajya Sabha, it can amend or reject the bill. Now, the finance bill is introduced to give effect to the financial proposals of the Government of India for the following year. It is subjected to all the conditions applicable to a money bill. Hence, all the special provisions for the money bill are also applicable here. Now, the Constitution has defined the relative roles or positions of both houses of Parliament with regard to the enactment of the budget in the following way. It is talked about in the Article 109. We've already discussed this in the previous videos. A money bill shall not be introduced in the Council of States. So, in the Rajya Sabha, this will not be introduced. The Rajya Sabha has no power to vote on the demand for grants. It is exclusive privilege of the Lok Sabha. The finance bill or the money bill cannot be amended or rejected by the Rajya Sabha. So by this, when the Lok Sabha transmits the finance bill to the Rajya Sabha, it can amend or reject. This statement becomes incorrect. And the statement 2, when the Lok Sabha transmits the money bill to the Rajya Sabha, it cannot amend or reject, but it can make recommendations. This becomes correct. Now the Rajya Sabha should return the money bill or the finance bill to the Lok Sabha within 14 days. This is also given here in the Article 109. And the Lok Sabha can either accept or reject the recommendations made by the Rajya Sabha in this regard. Now there is no chance of any disagreement between the two houses, and hence there is no provision for a joint sitting. So this also becomes incorrect. Now here in Article 108, there are certain cases in which joint sitting of both the houses is necessary. So here it is given, and here at the end it is given that provided that nothing in this clause shall apply to a money bill. So joint sitting does not apply to a money bill and to a constitution amendment bill. Now see, this is one of the most repeated questions of UPSC, because you might, if you've watched all the videos, you might have known by now that 109 article, 110 article, with this you have to also study the 117 article. So these are most repeated. So hence there are high chances that this can be asked again. So I hope that you do a proper revision of this. Let us move on to the next question. Consider the following: demographic performance, forest and ecology, governance reforms, stable government, tax and fiscal efforts. For the horizontal tax devolution, the 15th Finance Commission used how many of the above as criteria other than population, area and income distance? So this was the criteria for the horizontal devolution: income distance, demographic performance, area, population, forest and ecology, tax and fiscal efforts. Here you will see that stable government is not there, and governance reforms, because these two are very subjective terms and it is very difficult to determine. So even if you are not aware of the how many devolutions are used, you can still use logic. Wherein demographic performance, forest and ecology, tax and fiscal efforts, these can be counted, they are tangible. Okay, what else becomes important is the Article 280 of the Indian Constitution, which talks about the Finance Commission. So especially the functions. Now, as per the Article 23, the Commission has to, as per the Article 280 Clause 3, the Commission has to recommend how the net proceeds of taxes are to be divided between centre and state. Finance Commission also suggests principles governing grants in aid from center to the state. It also proposes measures needed to augment the consolidated fund of a state to supplement the resources of panchayats and municipalities, and it gives advice on financial matter referred to it by the president. But one more particular thing that you have to know is the Finance Commission is only advisory in nature. Meaning its recommendations are not binding on the government. However, in practice, recommendations are generally accepted to maintain center state fiscal balance. So think of the Finance Commission like a referee who decides how much money the center and each state should be given and how grants should be distributed fairly, but the final decision is with the government. Let us move on to the next question. With reference to home guards, consider the following statements. 1. Home guards are raised under the Home Guards Act and rules of the central government. 2. The role of the Home Guards is to serve an auxiliary force to the police in the maintenance of internal security. 3. To prevent infiltration on the international border / coastal areas, the Border Wing Home Guards Battalion have been raised in some states. Now, how many of them are correct? Now here the center state on this many a times questions are asked. So here we already know that the law and order is with the state. Okay, home guards also come in that category. So it will be under the state specific rules, not central. The third statement here is saying to prevent infiltration on the international border, the Border Wing Home Guards Battalion have been raised in some states. So this feels like a more correct statement. Okay, this has been in states like Rajasthan, Gujarat, and Punjab. Okay, their job is supporting border security, preventing infiltration, and assisting the BSF during critical periods. Now the second statement. So our first statement is incorrect. The role of the Home Guards is to serve as an auxiliary force to the police in the maintenance of internal security. So this is also correct. Okay, always remember police, law and order has something to do with the states, and whenever a central thing comes, it is incorrect. A quick moment before we further go into the video. Strive HIS Academy brings you a powerful lineup of programs designed to sharpen your preparation and help you conquer the UPSC Civil Services exam. Kickstart your mains journey with Master the Mains 2026. 35 weeks of answer writing, 2 questions daily, Monday to Friday, 20 unit tests plus 7 half-length tests, 1-to-1 mentorship twice a month, essay writing on curated topics. All of this now just at Rs 7,499, 50% off for the first 100 students. Master the art of essay writing with our All India Essay Test Series 2025. 10 full-length essay tests designed to boost philosophical and contemporary thinking. Use the promo code ESSAY and get it at just Rs 999. Need a disciplined push for prelims? Join the Mission 75 for free 75-day UPSC Prelims strategy plan. Daily Telegram targets, 3-step revision strategy, CSAT prep plus current affairs, full-length mock tests. For all of these targets, no fees, no hidden charges, just UPSC success. Test yourself before UPSC does with our robust prelims test series for 2025. 37 high-quality tests, sectional plus full-length, full syllabus coverage with expert curated topics, static plus current affairs linkages, valid till 31st May 2025 only at Rs 999. You can check all of these courses on our website and our Telegram channel, the link to which will be given in the description box. Let us move on to the next question. Consider the following statements in respect of the national flag of India according to the Flag Code of 2002. Statement 1. One of the standard sizes of the national flag of India is 600 mm into 400 mm. Statement 2. The ratio of the length to the height width of the flag shall be 3:2. Which of the following is correct in respect of the above statements? So here are the, according to the Flag Code of India, here the standard sizes are given. Here we don't see anything which says 600 mm into 400 mm. So your first statement is incorrect. Now this is a very factual and very to the point question. So if you don't know, then maybe it is very difficult to come to the answer. But nevertheless, we'll just discuss it in case if it comes again. So there are two important laws that govern the respect and the usage of our flag. So the first one is Emblems and Names Prevention of Improper Use Act. Now, as the name suggests, it prevents the misuse of national symbols, including the national flag, for commercial or improper purposes. Now, secondly, we have the Prevention of Insults to National Honor Act, which penalizes any disrespect or insult to the national flag. The Flag Code of India of 2002, this is not a law but a comprehensive document that brings together all existing laws, conventions and rules related to the flag's usage and presents them in a user-friendly code. Okay, now something that the flag code prescribes fixed standard sizes for the flag everywhere. Now that is not actually mandatory. So this ratio is given. In that ratio you can have your desired thing, but there are certain rules necessary, like the flag must always be rectangular, the ratio must be 3:2, the sizes can vary based on usage, but the recommended sizes are suggested for situations. Like we have the standard sizes. Okay, so these are the related acts and codes with the national flag, so hence it is important. Okay, let's move on. You can pause and try to answer. Consider the following statements. First, according to the Constitution of India, the central government has a duty to protect states from internal disturbances. 2. The Constitution of India exempts the states from providing legal counsel to a person being held for preventive detention. 3. According to the Prevention of Terrorism Act 2002, the confession of the accused before the police cannot be used as a evidence. How many of the above statements are correct? Let us understand the first statement. So, according to Article 355, it is the duty of the Union to protect states against external aggression and internal disturbance. So, this is correct according to Article 355. Okay, let us move on to the Article 22, wherein it is talking about the preventive detention. So to understand preventive detention, let us try to understand it in the most simplest form. Now imagine if somebody is arrested by the police. So what rights does that person immediately has, or after the arrest, what does the person have, or how long can that person be kept in the custody without taking to the judge, and can the person be detained forever without a trial? Now Article 22 of the Constitution answers all these important questions. So the part 1, rights of the arrested person under ordinary laws. What are ordinary laws? Like the IPC, CRPC. Now we have the BNS and BNSS. Okay. So the person must be informed immediately why they are being arrested. Secondly, they have the right to consult a lawyer of their own choice, and they must be produced before a magistrate within 24 hours. Okay. And the person cannot be kept in custody beyond 24 hours without the magistrate's permission. So this is according to the the rights of the arrested person in ordinary laws. So thus, even if the person is arrested, the constitution ensures that they are protected and their detention is monitored by the judiciary. Now there are certain exceptions. Okay, there are two exceptions to these laws. Under one, if you are an enemy alien, meaning like in the war time, if we have a war with certain country and the citizen of that country has become our enemy alien. So in that case, that this right is not there for them. And secondly, if a person is preventively detained, which means detained without trial because the person is suspected of threatening public order or national security. Okay, so here we saw everything, the right to counsel and everything. Right to be produced in front of the magistrate within 24 hours. So all these rights are not applicable to the person who is detained under the preventive detention. So here this statement becomes correct because the Constitution of India exempts the state from providing legal counsel to a person being held for preventive detention. Now there are certain rights of the preventive detainee also, like the person cannot be detained beyond 3 months unless an advisory board with the High Court judges reviews the case and says that there is sufficient reason. The Parliament can make laws allowing detention for more than 3 months without an advisory board in special cases like national security, terrorism, and the grounds of the arrest must be informed as soon as possible, but not within the 24 hours wherein it was given here. Okay, which was for the normal laws without the preventive detention. It was given a certain time frame was given, so that time frame is not there in the preventive detention, but as soon as possible. And the person has the right to make a representation against the detention, but it is not the state's duty to give them that right. Okay, so this also becomes correct. Now, according to the Prevention of Terrorism Act 2002, the confessions of the accused before the police cannot be used as evidence. Now let us see. This is the section 32 of the Prevention of Terrorism Act 2002. Now here it is given that a confession made by a person before a police officer not lower in rank than a SP of police. Okay. In electronic, all these things are given, can be reproduced, shall be admissible in the trial of such person for an offence under this act. So here in that section, in the section 32 of the POTA, Prevention of Terrorism Act, it is given that it is admissible. Now, you tell me, why is this question asked? Okay, so under normal Indian law, you have to think in a counterintuitive way. So under the normal Indian law, like the Evidence Act, so even if you use your logic, you must have seen in some movies and all. Okay, so can a confession made to the police be used as evidence? No, because what if the person, and if suppose chori wala case hai, okay, somebody has stolen something, and what if the person just the police officer coerces him into accepting the crime, wherein in reality he must have not done it, but this is possible in normal cases. Okay, but in the cases such as terrorism, so do you think that the government will make certain special laws, right? So the rules which are stricter which are relaxed should be stricter. Like for terrorism, the government might want more powers, more relaxed confessions, because proving terror acts is difficult. So special laws like POTA were made. Okay, so under the Evidence Act, confessions are not admissible. But under the POTA, confessions are admissible. So even if you apply the logical deduction, since POTA was made specifically to strengthen anti-terrorism measures, and terrorism cases need faster evidence gathering, so it makes sense that POTA allowed confessions to police officers with the safeguards like the rank of the superintendent of police, so that SP should be there. Rank of the police should be SP. Okay, so this is your correct answer. Let us move on to the next question. Okay, so we've finished with 2023 part, and in the next video we will discuss the 2022 part. And I hope that you guys are enjoying this, and I hope that you're revising with it also. Go to your standard books wherever you've done your notes, wherever you've marked those important points. Anytime, suppose now we are discussing about the article 22, and suppose you're referring to M. Lakshmikant. So make sure that you read that part again and again. You read the article also, because we have seen that UPSC has asked directly from articles. You must have seen, if you watched all of my videos, you must have seen that every time I paste a constitution article, so that it is important for you guys, and that you go through that article also, because sometimes directly the words are being picked up from there. Okay, so like, share and subscribe, share it with your friends, and I'll meet you in the next video. Thank you.